Ooh, it's been cold outside and I need something to warm me up. My wife has been asking for a hot butter drink, so I figured it's a perfect time to make my first hot old fashioned. Let's get warm. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez, and damn, it's been an unusually colder winter across the nation. It's even gotten cold here in South Texas. I mean, no ice, no snow, but cold for us. My wife has been wanting me to make this drink, and it seems like a perfect drink for this weekend to warm my old bones. We're going to be making a hot buttered old fashioned. Cocktail quiz time! Hot butter rum originates from colonial America, where rum was widely available. Why was rum so available? I'm making this one because my wife requested it, and I wanted to warm our bones. So I am ready to warm my old bones. Let's get started. Hot butter rum old fashioned ingredients. 2 ounces of bourbon, 1 ounce of hot butter mix, 1 or 2 dashes of a pecan bitters, nutmeg, and a cinnamon stick. All right, let's start making the hot butter bourbon old fashioned. Now this one's gonna be in a glass, and it asks for a whole ounce of this hot butter rum mix. But I've learned you do it to what your flavor is, and you just want a good dollop in there. If you want more of it, add more of it. And my wife actually likes more of it. I would put more for her. For me, I'm just going to try this today. I just want to taste it and see how it tastes. Next, I'm going to be adding 1 or 2 dashes of pecan bitters. That nuttiness in here will just bring out some more of the flavors. I forgot to mention, with that hot butter mix, I do have a recipe for you, and it'll be in the description below. One of the most important things of this drink is hot water. So we want to make sure we get a nice boiling water. And I'm going to add about 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces of this. And we're going to pour that in here. Ooh. Made that pretty hot, and let's stir that up just a little bit to start getting the butter to melt. And pretty quickly we're going to add our 2 ounces of bourbon. Pour this in here as well. All right, get that, shake that up. Now a lot of recipes call for like 2 to 4 ounces of the hot water. I don't want this to be overwatered. You're probably also thinking, well, doesn't old fashioned require spirit, bitters, sugar, and water? Well, I got 3 of the 4 components, right? Well, if you look at the butter recipe, you're going to actually see there's actually sugar and maple syrup in there to make this an even better drink. Over the top, I'm just going to pour in just a dash on the top with a little bit of nutmeg just to add a little bit more flavor. A little bit more than I had planned, but that's okay. And then we're going to garnish with the cinnamon stick. Now, this glass, as you can see, is way too big for what I made, but that's okay. I wanted to use this glass, so I figured it'd be fun to use, but probably be better if you used a smaller glass. Now, I'm going to make a second one. I'm going to move this over, let it cool off just a little bit, because I like hot stuff, but not boiling hot. So I want to let that cool so I can actually enjoy that taste. So the second one we're going to make, because it is normally called a hot butter rum, and not usually an old fashioned. I'm turning it into an old fashioned, right? So hot butter rum old fashioned ingredients: 2 ounces of a rum, 1 ounce of the hot butter mix, 1 to 2 dashes of black walnut bitters. We're also going to add a little bit of nutmeg and a cinnamon stick. And I forgot the first time to mention hot water. Don't forget the hot water. All right, let's get to making this, right? Once again, a nice good dollop, a good sized dollop of this in there. Maybe just a tiny bit more. Right, let's move this off to the side over here so we have some room. We do want to add some black walnut bitters. Now, pecan, black walnut, any nutty bitters I think would work really good with this. I even thought about using, I have this cinnamon fig bitters. I think that might even be good in this, but if this is what you have or any other nutty ones, use that instead. All right, let's put 2 dashes in here. Nice. Now, once again, before I add the spirit, which is a rum this time, we do want to add some boiling water, 1.5 ounces again. As I said, a lot of recipes call for like 4 ounces, but I'm not trying to water this down too much. You saw I grabbed it from the top because it gets pretty hot. All right, now I decided to use this plantation overproof rum for multiple reasons. 1, I don't have a lot of rum. 2, it's an old-fashioned traditional dark rum. Old fashioned's in the name. Yep. So why not use that? We're going to do a full 2 ounces of this in here as well. Oops, let's mix this up just a little bit just to make sure we start that dissolving process in here. Let's put this in here now. Ooh, that actually smells really good. All right, let's once again add a little bit of nutmeg to the top just to add a little bit more flavor to it as well. A little bit more nuttiness. My wife really likes nutmeg. Now we're gonna add a cinnamon stick. And there you go, the hot butter rum old fashioned. Cocktail quiz time. Hot butter rum originates from colonial America where rum was widely available. Why was rum so widely available? It's because they imported molasses from Jamaica at that time, which is used to make rum. All right, the fun part. Let's go in and taste these two drinks, compare them, and see if we like one better than the other, or are they pretty similar? Does the rum, the original, is that going to be the key component because of the molasses and the flavor from the rum, or can this bourbon stand up to it? Well, we're about to find out. Let's go in for that bourbon drink. Ooh, you get that butter. You get that cinnamon, you get that clove, you get all those spices up front with that. You still get that bourbon at the end, a little bit of Kentucky hug there, nice warming, and you know what? Just an overall pretty good drink. I'm pretty much liking that. That does taste really nice, and it's actually nice and warming. It warms those bones. All right, let's go in for the next one. This is the rum. Ooh, now very different taste, very, very different. Both were made very similar, right? But that rum has a lot more impact on the drink. It's a lot darker. You taste that darkness. There's some sweetness. Then afterwards, you kind of get that cinnamon, clove, the little bit of maple that's in there. And that kind of takes over in the background. Both of them are very, very good. Both of them have a lot of flavor to it. I mean, ooh, I want my wife to try these and see which one she prefers because they're both very good. They both give you a nice warm hug. They both warm the bones, which I'm trying to do on these nice cold days, right? So I think both of these are good choices. If you're a rum drinker, drink the rum. If you're a bourbon drinker, drink the bourbon. I've thought about making this drink a few different ways now, using that butter because I made a good amount of that butter. I thought, could this work with tequila? Maybe rye? Maybe half rum and half bourbon. I was thinking about doing that when I was going to do the bourbon one. I mean, the rum one. But I thought, no, we need to do it rum. So that's just a few of my thoughts. What do you think? Do you have any ideas or suggestions on how I should use the rest of that butter or the kind of drink I should make with that? I would love to hear them, so leave them in the comments below, please. Thanks again for joining me on another journey down my old-fashioned rabbit hole. I'm having a great time following this rabbit hole. We're having a lot of fun. Well, to our next journey, my friends, cheers.